3, 2, 1.
I'm Miss Parker.
Who in the world? Girls, we run this mother. Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls, we run this mother. Yeah. Girls,
I'm Miss Parker.
It's time for the Miss Parker Show.
girls.
Hello, this is the Miss Parker Show, and I'm your host, Tasha Parker, and we are coming to you guys live with some topics that a lot of women are talking about but scared to mention. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. So, let's get started. Ladies, we have a few topics going on, and the first topic is, do you have family members or a friend that you have poured into and they have not helped you? Not one bit.
I think that's an issue that every woman can relate to. You know, having someone around you that is constantly draining you of your energy, always asking for stuff, but can never really reciprocate. You can never really get anything back out of them other than more negativity.
And they never seem to think that you don't need them. You know, when you call them and you have an issue before you can get your issue out, they're talking about their issue. I know a lot of times in family, the way our families are set up, you have that favorite cousin, and then you have that cousin that's not so light. You have that favorite auntie and the auntie that's not so light. But it seemed like to me in families, a lot of black sheep in the family do more pouring out than they receive. Would you agree on that?
I do. I agree with you on that, Tasha, because, or maybe it's perception. Maybe it's perception. Maybe they feel like they're doing so much and not receiving.
That's true, because I have seen some black sheep. They complain a lot, but when you look, you know, on the outside looking in, it's like it really seems like, you know, you want to do these things so you can have something to talk about.
Right. Or complain about.
Right. You know, I helped so-and-so get her car fixed, and she didn't do anything for me. But did you call her? She didn't even know you had the money. You know, you called and you asked. And that's another thing I don't like with family. Like, if I borrow some money from you, it ain't nobody business that I borrowed their money. Like, why everybody know that I need to pay so-and-so back?
Right. Right. Why everybody got to know that I even borrowed it?
Right. Or if I call another family member and ask to borrow money, they won't let me borrow money because I owe the other family member money.
And they had no business knowing.
Like, why do family do that? You know, you tell family, don't say anything. I got a crisis. I have a dilemma. And, you know, you don't want a certain person to know, especially if that person has always been the one that they put you in competition with. And you don't want them to know you got a little fender bender going on. You need to borrow a little money, you know, to pay a little bill or whatever. And before you can get off the phone, that person already know.
Right.
Don't say nothing, but Tasha, you know, she needed some light bill money.
Channel 2.
Right, you telling Channel 2, and Channel 2 gonna report it to everybody.
Channel 5, right.
But I don't understand that. I don't understand why family always tell other family member business. Like, it doesn't matter how serious it is or how petty it is. They feel like that person that you don't like or you have a disagreement with has to know your business. Okay, somebody had to take a sip of some juice real quick because plead the fifth on that. But I mean, to me, I feel like family can be better bonded. You know, they can get along a little bit better if they learn how to keep secrets. I mean, because if I come to you with something that's ailing me, or it's a problem that I really don't feel like I could tell my best friend. So it's a family member that I feel like I need to tell because, you know, we have the same blood, and, you know, okay, well, maybe they care a little bit about me to help me instead of talking about what I talked about with them. Like, why does that have to be necessary for, you know, every time you get on the phone with a family member to talk about another family member? Like, I don't even answer my phone half of the time for certain family members because I know it's going to be about someone else, and then they make you choose sides.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think it's more so a matter of personal integrity. You know what I'm saying? Because we share things between the two of us that are just between the two of us, or
Right.
maybe at best pillow talk. But if I wanted my mom to know, I would have
Told your
her.
mama.
Right, exactly.
First.
Exactly. So,
And when she call you, you thinking she calling to check on you, but she calling to hear that
to
piece
check,
of tea.
right.
Right, that piece of tea that she got spilled over in her cup. She
Right.
calling to discuss it with you and why she didn't know first.
Right. Yeah. That's an issue.
You know, so I don't know, but I am gonna tell you this. Now, when I was younger, my cousin always felt the need to tell my mama everything that I did.
That's not true. First of all, how do you lie to a prophetess or something? You know what I'm saying? She come looking right in my face. Missy, you tell me what Tasha doing. What this what she was doing.
I
She
mean,
did all of that.
spilled the tea before tea existed, honey. I mean, she told everything about me, right? And it was like, sorry, cuz I gotta tell you because she knew I was lying. You know, she. I'm asking you to lie for me. I mean, can you lie? Just one lie.
Not the Auntie Linda.
Okay, so, well, if you have any answers, you can, get with us on our social media
Mm-hmm.
about anything that we're talking about. It's Periscope, Instagram, Facebook Live, and YouTube, and it's
And
all up under
SoundCloud,
and
too.
SoundCloud, right? And it's all up under the Miss Parker Show. Any topics, any answers, any questions, whatever, you can just go there, leave some comments. Also on our YouTube, on our
Instagram.
Gmail, it's the Miss Parker Show as well.
Who run the world?
Miss Parker does. Each and every Sunday at 2 p.m.
I Miss
Here we
Parker.
go. Now, why aren't a lot of us as women seeing manifestation in our own lives? Let me say that again. Why aren't a lot of us as women, not men, women, seeing manifestation in our own lives?
That's a layered question because we talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of factors to that. One might say, oh, maybe it's a heart issue. Maybe your heart's not right. But even if you have a pure heart and a good heart, and things still don't seem to matriculate for you, what else could it be?
Right. I mean, it's so many ways I feel that you can look at this. And I believe, honestly, I've been on every angle, and every side of that question. But I do believe that it is 2017. I mean, it might be 2018 or 2016, but I believe it's 2017. And I believe in this moment and in this time, we as women, we have to stop focusing so much on other people. And we have to learn how to depend and build up our own selves.
This is true.
And I don't think that, because a lot of people be like, well, she's not prosperous or successful because she did this to somebody, she did that to somebody. And sometimes it's just because she's simply giving more to other women than she's giving to her own life. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you're sowing more into other people's success than you're willing to sow into your own.
And 99.9% of the time, we're sowing into women that we don't even know. And that's why it's hard for us to get the same type of, of love or support, because we are supporting, all of these. Like, for instance, you can look at it in the secular world and you can look at it in the church world. It doesn't even matter. We're all wanting to be a fan of the next biggest thing.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And we look at that person because, so-and-so, she got this going on, she got that. And we run behind these people, which is great. But at the end of the day, how do you feel? Do you feel like you can conquer? Do you feel like you're more powerful from following them? Or do you feel that you've learned something from them? Like, what is it that you're getting
Right.
out of running behind or supporting someone that you really don't even know?
Exactly. Like, could you pick up the phone and give them a phone call? Would they give you advice?
Right.
Can you inbox them? Like, you're supporting them, but there is no return on it.
Right. And to me, it's like an ATM. You have your withdrawals and you have your deposits. And a lot of times we're constantly allowing people to withdraw from us, which means we're making deposits in their life, but no one is depositing anything in our own life. So we become insufficient. We can't do anything for ourselves. We don't know what's the starting point. We don't know where to end. We don't know how much drive we have in us. We don't know how ambitious we are because we don't even know ourselves.
So it's a false weight.
It's a false weight. And then even if we try to do something, we look at the people that we're following and we compare our lives to their lives when we're really two different people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you can't walk in someone else's shoes.
And that's something that's subconscious. That's not something that you're setting out to do. Is that, if it's around you, you're going to begin to make your comparisons.
Right.
What about me? Or am I not going hard enough? Or what, what is it going to take for me, but you're still not doing the
Right.
work.
And then especially when people try to compare you with other people as well, that is a failure. That's a sense of failure because you can never allow someone to compare you to someone else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then it causes you to look at that person as your competition.
Right. Yeah. You're not even trying to. It's just now that it's been put in your psyche that this person is better or seems to be better because of the words or the actions or opinions of people that you do know and trust and
Right.
respect. So now they're probably not intentionally affecting your sense of self.
Basically, they don't know you exist.
Right. Oh,
They don't even.
what on?
They don't even know you exist. Like, I mean, they probably started off with maybe 2 or 3. Everybody need a fan base. And they probably started off with you being the first fan. And then they have millions of fans, but they don't even know you exist.
Right. You're just a number.
You're just a number. You know what I mean? So why compare yourself or why pour into someone that don't even know you exist? They can't even come and say thank you. You know what I mean? Because they don't even know that you exist. So I feel personally that, you have to start looking at yourself like the next biggest thing. I'm going to make it next. Matter of fact, I'm already making it.
Right.
Nobody knows, but I'm already making it.
I'm already here.
I've arrived. Nobody knows yet.
We're here.
I haven't rung your doorbell.
We in the building.
But we are here. Okay. Now, what's the next? So, and this goes back to what we were saying. How much do you push your own dreams?
How much? And this is a question. This is a rhetorical question. So we want you guys to ask yourselves this every day. How much do you push toward your own dreams?
How much?
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Because we think that we're doing it.
Right.
But when we actually think about what we've sown into our own lives, and we have to think really hard,
Right.
then we're not pushing our own
And
dreams.
here's another question. What's too much when it comes down to your own personal success?
I mean, you can cock the gun back. Just don't shoot it.
Come on.
Put the bullets in there, but just don't shoot.
Just don't.
Nothing is too much. You know what I mean?
Have,
Like,
you have
nothing
to
is too much.
be willing to go the distance.
Mm-hmm. But doesn't it seem that when we're being mischievous or we're doing something that's not right, we put a lot more energy into that? Like if it's something about pushing our goals or our dreams or getting that job that we've always wanted, we sleep on that.
Well,
But if it's taking somebody's job from them, we get up early.
that's where that fear comes in at, though. You got to go apply. I'm not going to speak from experience.
Preach.
You need this career change, or you need this job, but you don't necessarily want to interview for it, or you don't want, you know what I'm saying? You don't necessarily want to be pulled out of.
I'm
your
not a
comfort
people's
zone.
person or something like that.
Like,
so yeah.
I could get the job. I'm qualified for it, but I don't know if I want to stretch myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a place that I've been.
Because you have to make sure you're saying all the right things. You know what I mean? So you're afraid of the questions that's going to be asked. You're afraid of being too honest. You know what I mean?
Or just a rejection.
Like, for instance, how many days are you willing to work? Oh, every day.
Jury's still
Lies.
out on 5,
Right. No, you can only work the weekends. You know what I mean?
3. Sunday and Monday. That's all I can sign up
Yes,
for.
and then when you get the job, it's like, I just got saved.
Gotta be in church on Sunday.
I need those Sundays to be all praise God. But honestly, like, you really have to push. Like, you really have to push past your comfort zone
Yes, you do.
in order to be successful.
Yes.
And I don't think that a lot of us have,
hard enough.
yeah, we have more confidence in pushing in other people than we do our own selves.
Yeah.
So, what are they saying? Hey.
Tequila said she's battled with that pushing harder.
Thanks, Tequila. Yes, you have to push. You have to push hard. You have to get up early. You have to go to bed late. You have to chase everything because here's the thing though, if you can see it, then it's gonna happen. But you have to walk towards the light. You got to walk towards what you see. You can't just stand there and expect for it to come to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fall
You
out
gotta
the sky.
right. The more you push, the more you see it. So
Like a baby. It's like a baby. Like if you're in labor, the more you push, the more you see the head, the crown, and all of that.
right. So now listen. Now a lot of us gonna be hated by this question. This us, our people out there and in the studio. Mhm.
Studio world.
Yes, we have to ask this
Mhm.
question.
It has to be asked.
Yes. How much do we truly love ourselves?
Mm.
Now, we say we love ourselves. And as a matter of fact, if someone come against us, we're more angry at them than we are for what we actually can have the power to do against ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Like it's like can't no one hurt you. But we get mad at someone for attempting to try
Right.
versus getting mad at ourselves for not even, exercising or eating
Preventing.
healthy, doing holistic things of that nature. Like we don't really focus on self-help, self-care,
Right.
as you
Or
say.
prevention.
Right. I mean, we would rather do what's easy,
Yeah.
than to do what's hard. And to be healthy, I'm not gonna lie, it's something that I struggle with
Yeah.
as a woman. It's hard. I mean, because as soon as somebody piss you off,
You need that comfort.
you
food.
pass by Chick-fil-A and you go straight to churches
Just give me a brownie a la mode.
with extra chocolate.
No, thank you very much.
Right. So, I mean, that's another question that is important. How much do you love yourself? And how you love yourself, people can tell how much you love yourself when they look at you.
Mm-hmm.
They can see, how you treat yourself by the outer appearance. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So it is important to love yourself. That's first. You have the first law of nature is listen, love rules the world, honestly. Lack of it, even the lack of it rules
It
the world.
rules, right.
You get what I'm saying? So you have to first love yourself before you can even love your children,
That's right.
or even love your spouse, or even love your family, or even love your friends. Because if you don't have anything inside, that go back to the depositing. If you haven't deposited anything in you that says that you love yourself, how can you share yourself
Right.
with someone else?
Right. Farming in Barnesville.
Oh, awesome.
Aunt Wilma. Hey. Hey. Yes, I'm chair.
Okay, so listen. So here, there you go.
All right, let's talk about our children. Those of us who are parents.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for dressing, the children in fly cute style.
Gangster.
No. But let's let the children be children, y'all. They don't have much time to be children. So, some of our little boys, our little baby boys are looking like gangsters. Some of our baby girls are looking like social media video models. Like, all they missing is some lashes. So let's talk. What's up with that? What's up with that, moms? What's up with putting prom dresses on 9-year-olds?
Now I'll go a step further. What's wrong? What is wrong with you allowing? Now this is something that I have to talk about because it's something that I witnessed for myself. And I was in a beauty supply store some years back. I would say it was about 5 years back. And this mother was purchasing contacts and a wig for her son.
Oh no, the trans,
Mm-hmm.
children.
And he was about, I would say about 12, no more than 13. And, she was in there picking out the colors for him and the wig or whatever. And I don't know if he was performing or what, what the situation is, but why? I mean, you can love your child without being a co-signer for what they're doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like drugs. You're not going to just give your child drugs because you don't want them, you don't want them
Right.
out there doing drugs to other people. You're going to make it hard for them
Right.
to even get to it
Right.
until they realize that drugs is not good for them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and then like even with the little girls, a lot of us know that these coaches, just say for instance, these coaches are not heterosexual, and you let your little girl go over to the coach house and spend the night. So it's a lot more than just the dress code. It's the character of the children that we are allowing our kids to have. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like you see that you can stop some things, but yet you're adding on to the liability that you're gonna later have because they're gonna really blame you for what you let them do. 17, 18, 19, okay, I get it. They're rebellious at their age, and you really can't really tell them much,
Right.
other than them learning on their own. But if they're, like you said, 7 and 8 and 9 years old, like, why do you have your child twerking?
You still have to be a parent.
I mean, it's, come on. And then you in the prayer line, speeding forward 5 years later, saying she got 12 kids.
Yeah, wanting
And you watching them all. But, you allowed your little girl to dress as an adult, so she grew up fast. That's something that she did fast. So she don't know how to be a mother to her children, but all she know how to do is have children.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're going to take a break. And we're going to come right back. You're listening to the Miss Parker Show, and I am your host, Tasha Parker. See you soon.
Hey, Miss Parker.
Ladies, get ready to run the world. Run the world. It's the Miss Parker Show live.
Right here. You know how we do.
Each and every Sunday at 2 p.m.
And we are back with the Miss Parker Show. I am your host, Tasha Parker. And before the break, we were talking about a few things that women want to know. Like, do we really love ourselves? And are we making deposits into our lives? But I think that it's time for us to basically, make deposits and give back, push yourself, and to go after your dreams and be successful. Basically, that's the only way people are going to for yourself. You have to learn how to be there for your.
I think there's a passage in the Bible that says the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few.
Mm-hmm.
And just to tie in what you were just saying, there are a lot of gifts and things that people have, but they're not willing to do the labor to get the results.
Right.
They're more content with laboring for the larger companies, the bigger name companies, as opposed
the bigger name people as well.
to bigger name people, bigger name companies,
Brands.
get a check with their name on
Mm-hmm.
versus doing the work of building themselves.
Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, if you follow up behind someone's ministry or someone's brand, why do they have to already be popular? Like the work,
Tagging along.
church, because it's a million church people in the congregations, whatever. Know the people. That's why I say it's just important for you to support people that you really know, the people that has really put in the work.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, now this is a question that basically it hits off of the other question that we asked, but I mean this is gonna get real because
It's the truth.
I have some questions. I have some questions to ask about this. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be real. So listen. So the question is, how important is self-care? And in parentheses, it's meditation, me time. And then it's, how do you implement self-care into your weekly/monthly routine? Now let's talk about something, because I don't really know the name of this, but I know you know the name of it. Like, what is this steam that goes on your coochie? Like, isn't that part of self-care?
Yes.
Like, a lot of women are doing this steam that goes
The
on your
yoni
coochie.
steam. You know, I did
Yes,
that for
the
my
yoni
birthday
steam.
some
What?
years
Tell me about
ago.
the yoni steam.
Okay, so self-care. The yoni steam was something
Is
that
it a dragon blowing up your stuff?
it feel like it.
Oh, okay.
But the yoni steam, it's like a ladies. It's a vaginal rejuvenation.
Mm-hmm.
And what it does is it just hydrates or steams, cleanses.
It dries it up.
No,
Because
it's
we don't. That's not hot.
So listen. So let me tell y'all why I did it. Wait, let me tell you why I chose the vaginal steam. What was it? 2
Yoni.
years ago, the yoni steam.
Uh-huh.
Because when I read up on it, it was talking about it was a good way to get rid of soul ties.
Oh wow.
Yes. So it talks about just rebuilding the birth canal, anything dealing with the reproductive system, the everything it rebuilds, and our body rebuilds itself. So I tried it and I really enjoyed it, and it's nothing major, just some steam toilet, so to speak, that you sit over, and the herbs and the oils are just.
So after that, do you do your Kegel exercises?
I mean, you probably wouldn't need to do. It's like a brand new baby. It's like a brand new baby. You don't need. Listen.
So what do you think is best, the yoni, the yoni procedure, or the Kegel exercise?
God. The yawning procedure is like 3 months of Kegels.
Really? Oh wow. Okay, so if anyone has a yoni spa out there, get in contact with Miss Parker because I'm ready to try it.
Yeah, it's nice.
I mean, the way you looked, it has to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So another thing is how important is meditation? I don't really think that a lot of women know what it feels like to be by themselves, because we look at being by ourselves as something that is bad.
Right.
Or it stimulates from being lonely.
Right.
Or abandoned.
Or not wanted. Yeah.
Right. So how important do you think meditation is with me time?
Well, now, I started meditation in the church. And for me, meditation was a way for me to communicate with the Creator. And, I didn't know anything about it initially, but the more I meditated, the more I, stole away and just rested my mind and my brain, the more I understood how important it was. Like, you really, our minds are going all freaking day on everything. And we rarely, as women, I know, we're constantly thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. So
yeah, like we sleep, but we don't rest.
Yes.
We pray, but we don't meditate.
Right.
And meditation is really hearing answers.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the Bible speaks about meditating on His word night and day. So I think we get meditation mixed up for being something that is actually bad, but honest to God, like sometimes we pray so much to God, it's like, shut up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to speak, but I'm not going to talk over your voice.
And your cries.
Right. Your miserable cries because you're crying out of pity. Yeah.
And ignorance. Right.
Yes. And really, yes, lack of knowledge, because if you think about it, if you constantly ask God for something, He won't give it to you until you shut up so He can actually talk.
Right.
And give you the answers to whatever you're listening for. So, listen at this. Here's another topic. You ready? Okay. What is more important, looks or loyalty? Some of us have our priorities in the wrong place. So what is more important? I say looks is more. No, I'm just kidding. Loyalty is more important because if you're loyal enough, somebody will step your look up.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? They'll upgrade you.
That's right.
Amen. So what do you think about that?
I'm not a looks person. I'm a how I feel around you.
Do
and
you
with
mean
you
looks
person.
as in your own look, or looking at someone else? Like, would you choose a person that look good over a person that is ugly and loyal?
Right. That's what I mean.
Oh,
Beauty is really, Fred, my daddy used to always say beauty is skin deep.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, and at our level, cause we see deeper than skin.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can see you're ugly, but you're attractive, that ain't gonna do nothing for me.
But how ugly? How ugly are you talking about?
You can't look. You got to be something worth looking at now. I got to be able to look at.
I mean, is you ugly to the point where I got? Okay, everyone is beautiful in the sight of the Lord, but honestly, some of us are just hard on the eyes, and we should really work on our appearance, because looks is something that we all see first. Honestly, like, if you can fix some things, fix them.
Yes,
Fix
that's
them.
true.
Don't sit on it.
Well, that's layered. Let's go into
Don't
that.
sit
Let's
on
go
it.
into that now. Let's be clear, ladies. Ladies, we are not saying somebody's birthday.
That's my birthday twin. Happy birthday.
We're not saying, ladies, look your absolute worst and think that a man is gonna love you at that.
Right.
He should, and he would. But what we're saying is,
Pray and fast.
or if there's a guy on your job and he's working and he's gainfully employed and he's a family guy and he likes you, and you're chasing behind the guy selling $5 bags, that got a different girl every week, you gotta reprioritize.
So let me ask you something. Praise. Let me tell you something. Now this is something that we said we wasn't gonna talk about, but I gotta talk about it. So it's no surprise to me that Tamar has filed for divorce from Vince Herbert. Like, really, people really literally thought that she really liked him. Like, come on, people. Come on, people. She married him for money. She married him to get on her feet. And everybody was saying that at the time when they came out with the show, that all she wanted, because he's good at what he do. He had Lady Gaga. He had Toni Braxton at one time. He had a lot of successful people. And he still deal with a lot of successful people. But my question is, when did he realize that she was really using him? I mean, and then not just that. I mean, are you filing for divorce because you realize that he's been audited for taxes, or you've gotten everything that you wanted? Like, come on, like, honestly, like, yes, looks at everything, right? But he was infatuated with the way she looked. You get what I'm saying? And she was infatuated with how loyal he would be because of the way he looked.
Well, that's the name of the game, though, cause for the most part, you got women who are very beautiful with probably pretty lowered self-esteem, attracting the most interesting looking guy, and then a couple years later and a baby later, they're getting a divorce.
Right.
Who else did that?
Toni Braxton and
No,
but I'm
Janet.
saying, but Toni Braxton and Baby has gotten married. So the thing is, like, he's taking tattoos off of his face, and he took the gold out of his mouth to be more toned down for Toni Braxton. But the question is, what really goes on? Like, even with that, he purchased her a $280,000 Bentley truck, and then he got slapped with 2 more lawsuits right after the video goes up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, why go bankrupt, or why put so much money on pleasing people in the public eye than having your relationship private and building in privacy? You understand what I'm saying? So I think looks and loyalty, they're both are something that we as society have struggled with for a long time, and we don't discern well when it comes to that, because we're so caught up on what we see with our eyes that we're not really being knowledgeable of what's going on behind the scenes.
Right. Marrying a pair of jeans.
Yeah, or marrying a bank account.
Right.
Well, good luck to Toni Braxton and Tamar Braxton. God bless you both.
Next question.
Good to check.
Good to check.
Okay, so Miss Bates from Facebook Live asked the question, should a woman of God stash cash?
What you think?
Girl, you better stack that money.
You better have 2, 3.
Child, you can have a tambourine or a pistol in your hand. You better get your money.
Right.
Okay? Because you got to pay your tithes and offering.
Pastor gonna put you out of church.
Now that 10% just went up. Hallelujah. Okay, so how is your new life versus your old life, from Miss Kizzy Coleman on Facebook? Well, if that's to me,
right,
my new life is apparently better than my old life because I'm happier. I feel more free, and I feel like I don't have to answer to a congregation or a following. anymore. What you see is what you get. I don't live in conviction. I don't live in condemnation. I don't live up under the set of rules that Kojic or apostolic or Presbyterian or whatever. I'm just a free person. I love God. I meditate. I pray. I read the Bible. And I am still growing as a human. So, I mean, the mistakes I made in my past, of course, has gotten me to another place in my life that's in the present. So
Kizzy, how was your new life?
whoop, whoop, whoop.
We want to know how your new life going, Kizzy.
From what I heard, it's going great.
Right.
So, all right. Now, let's talk about moving forward and not looking back. And this is Miss Simmons. Do you have anything to say about moving forward and not looking back?
Well, every morning that you wake up is a opportunity to move forward. Coming back off mistakes, opportunities to move forward. So yeah, we like forward progression.
And I say that sometimes moving forward, you have to forget those people that remind you of being backwards or in your past. I think a lot of times we try to move to another place in life and we find issues or obstacles that prevent us from doing it for the simple fact that we're not looking back, but we're just carrying back with us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like everything that's behind us, we keep inviting it to our present. And the only way you're going to move forward and not look back is do just that. Like leave those people in your past. Leave those issues in your past. And be in expectation to what the possibilities are
Right.
for your new life. Like we have to be in expectation. That's the only way we can expect something good to happen is if we demand it.
Right.
So here's another. Oh yeah, shout out to Angela Mizik for her new book.
Whoop whoop.
No Longer Silent.
Mhm.
She's not silent anymore. So she's giving you all the tea in her new book about some things that she went through in her life and how she has moved forward. So congratulations to you, Angela Mizik. All right. So now we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have Pandora's Box. So we will see you soon. I'm your host, Tasha Parker. I have my guest host, Amicia Williams, which is Amicia Williams the Great. And you're listening to the Miss Parker Show, so we'll see you soon.
Ladies, get ready to run the world. It's the Miss Parker Show live.
Right here. You know how we do.
Each and every Sunday at 2 p.m.
And we are back with the Miss Parker Show. I am your host, Tasha Parker, and I have my special guest here, Amicia Williams, a.k.a. Amicia the Great. And remember to check us out on Facebook Live, Instagram Live. Also, you can check us out on Periscope. And if you need to email us, our email address is themissparkershow@gmail.com. So this part of the show is about the Pandora Box. And the Pandora Box is when we have people, women mainly, that ask us questions or have a topic in mind that they would like to talk about. So, and it's very lit. It's very lit. So the first question is, it says, I am a 40... I am a 40-year-old woman.
I need you to get this question out.
Okay, wait. Okay. Oh, God. Help me, Lord. Okay. Okay. I am a 40-year-old woman, and I have been married for 15 years, and I've never had an orgasm. How do I tell my husband? Wow. So first, you're 40 years old and you've been married for 15 years and you've never had an orgasm. How do you tell your husband? So I think the best thing to do is to just go to him. Pray first because you don't want to hurt his feelings. And you try to find a sensitive route to let your man know that enough is enough. It's time to feel like a woman. Because I don't think that any woman has felt like a woman until they've had an orgasm. Now, I'm not saying go around and find the orgasm. I'm just simply saying if you've been married for 15 years and you have never had an orgasm, then it's time for you and your husband to have that talk. I don't think I would tell anyone else.
Well, how she know she ain't never had one?
Well, maybe because of what, how women talk about them. Sometimes a woman can be maybe in a conversation with other women and they talk about how, their friends are being satisfied, or the friends are talking about how their man is satisfying them. And, she probably feels like, well, wow, I've never had that. You know what I mean? That, she probably don't know what they feel like.
So what's the solution? How can we help give her a solution to that problem?
I think that maybe sometimes you have to learn how to be more spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
You have to maybe, that's a hard one.
Well, 40, that's a little bit older than us, so they're probably a little bit more old school, because we kind of old school. But I would tell them, and you might gotta direct them a little bit.
Yes.
Look, this is how we're gonna get this.
Buy them a
done.
map. And show them where the treasure is.
Oh, they have those games, where you roll the dice and
yeah,
yeah,
you
gotta
have
get
to-
creative, honey.
You gotta get creative, because the only way it's gonna happen is if you make it happen at this point, because he probably thinking that he's doing it. He probably honestly, because I seen this on, I can't remember where I seen this at, but it said something about if you're having sex and the man has had an orgasm before the woman, then you're not having sex with the woman. The woman is actually having sex with you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if he's getting his, shouldn't he make sure that she's getting hers?
Right.
And then the thing is, a closed mouth don't get fed. So he probably even, he probably like, what, did I do it?
And she's probably like, yeah.
You got down, daddy. You know what I'm saying? So he thinking he's the man, So, good luck with that. We hope that, that orgasm comes through.
Don't forget,
real soon.
Send your questions for the Pandora's box to
the Miss Parker Show at gmail.com. So, this is a good one. So, on the question that we just had, someone asked, is something wrong with her?
Yeah. She's been married 15 years. It's a lot wrong.
She's been married 15 years and she hasn't reached the climax. Then, yeah, something is probably going on with either her or her man. Again, because she could have been a virgin, when she got into the relationship.
And didn't know.
And he could have been a virgin. Let's get that clear.
Yeah.
So, we can't really fault them for what they don't know. But at least they don't know together. So, the next question is, why don't women compliment each other more? I think because a lot of us are haters and we don't know it.
That's just the truth. Let's just jump in 10 toes, Tasha.
Sometimes we have to get up in the morning and look in the mirror and ask ourselves, are we haters?
Yeah, are you hating?
Who have I hated on and who have I said lovely things about?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, because sometimes we really dislike what we want to do or what we want to become. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Or who we are.
Yeah, so if you see somebody that has took more time at combing their hair in the morning than you should say, girl, your hair look good, because I had 15 minutes just like you had. But I chose to eat my oatmeal in those 15 minutes instead of combing my hair this morning. You know what I mean? So give a person a compliment for something that you didn't do. Feel more good about yourself, because then God will grant you 15 more minutes in the morning to comb your hair.
And eat your oatmeal.
And eat your oatmeal. So it's good to be silly every now and then. Oh, wow. So, the next question is it good to take baths before sex? Yes. It is great to take baths before sex. It is great to use soap before sex. Just don't take a bath, but take a bath that consists of soap. What do you think? I mean, you're being quiet about it, but you know, as we all know, I mean, you see a lot of people. That's just like the movies that we see. We see people in movies, and then they jogging through the park, and they see each other, and they kissing, and they go home and they have sex. That's sweaty. Like that's come on. I don't want to know what their room smells like. You know what I mean? So we think we can do the same thing when musk. It's not a good scent.
I just think that, you know, you should wash as often as possible, but especially if you are having sex.
Wow, someone said like a hoe bath. So I don't know what a hoe bath is. I've never heard of that. What's a hoe bath?
It's a bird bath. But I mean, I think
To watch those creases,
the important parts,
the important parts that's gonna be touched.
parts that call out, the parts that call out and show out when they ain't clean.
I know somebody that calls the vagina a cooter.
The cooter. It's a cooter.
It's a cooter, so you have to wash your cooter, okay? She said it's a bird bath. Thank you, girl, because I ain't never heard of a whole bath, but I guess I take those sometimes too. Now, this is a good question because I would like to know this myself. Why do men lie about women picking up weight?
Now, you know, we just talked about that, but, you know, most men don't want to get into that you need to lose weight or you're not happy with the way I look conversation with their significant other. You know, they don't want us to think that they're not satisfied with how we look.
Right.
So they'll just let us eat a whole chocolate cake, because that's what I would do. I would eat a whole 12 cupcakes, dozen of donuts.
Yeah, because the thing is, you know, a lot of times men will let you pick up weight because they don't want nobody else to look at you.
Right.
Or they will, you know, they will lie about you not picking up weight because they don't want you to be mad at them. Like, it's so many reasons why men lie about their women picking up weight, but the real deal is you should just be honest.
Because if you knew how long it took us to lose it.
Right. I mean, we really got to start today.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean,
Right.
another day can't wait. So I think that, dudes, y'all need to stop lying about your woman picking up weight. She know you lying because those jeans don't lie.
They screaming.
They crying, girl. All right. Why is it more common to see older women with younger men and older men with younger women?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, because I date older men.
When you say you date older men, you talking about like in their 60s or 70s?
No. I mean, like 40s, mid to late 40s. You know what I'm saying? And I'm late 30s.
Too bad.
No, it's not, but I prefer to date older than younger. No, they're not more mature. It's still the same, but I just still like the feel of dating a grown man. It's just my thing.
You don't like?
I don't want young and tender. 22 ain't enough.
Listen, show your IDs because a lot of guys look older than what they are, and a lot of women look younger. And then I noticed that, and this has happened in my family a few times, where the women has lied about their age dating the guy. Like, come on, how long did you think that you was gonna lie about being, so a lot of them are lies. They're not really telling these guys how old they are, and the guys are not really telling the young girls how old they are.
Right.
It's just a big mix up. I think they're dating like that out of need.
Right. Yeah, they are.
I really do.
They are.
I think that they're dating out of need because, what can you do with a little young boy?
Younger boy.
Especially if he's the same age as one of your sons.
Right. Like, and to be honest with you, that's my main purpose for not dating young. My goddaughter is 28. Like, I can't do nothing with the 31-year-old man.
Right. Because he can.
That's her dating age, you know?
And he might thought he wanted you until y'all go visit her for Christmas.
And that thing fine, too. Be all on my child, I be bad.
Be on Jerry. Done took my man. You know?
Right. She's like, hey, me too, God, mommy.
Yeah, so I just feel that in today's society, I think that a lot of things that we have been doing has been built on a whole bunch of lies. And I think that we should be more real with ourselves on what we want and what we choose to allow in our lives. I think a lot of us get comfortable with where we are, and we feel that we have no control over what direction that we go in. So we allow people around us to tell us what we need to be doing, when we need to move forward, when is enough, when we should move from this situation to the next situation. To me personally, I think that the people that give the most advice and the best advice are jacked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they need advice themselves, but yet they constantly give you advice. But a person that is unstable can't really help someone find stability.
And if you look at it, you have people still in their 30s, 40s, and 50s living someone else's life, still doing what other people expect and not what their heart is telling them is true. And to me, that's the real tragedy. Like, I'm glad I realized in my 20s that wasn't the way that my life was supposed to be going. And I redirected myself. It wasn't easy. People didn't want to accept it, but yeah, you redirect yourself so that you won't have to do it later in life. You know?
And I think that some people, when they realize they continue to act like it's still working for them.
Right.
So they won't get the, I told you.
Right.
Look at her,
Right.
You have all of that. You have a lot of people, like, people are watching us whether we know it or not.
Right.
And the first thing they look for is failure.
Right.
The first thing they look for is a person giving up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If I was you, I don't see how I couldn't do that. Well, that's why you're not going to.
Right.
It's not you.
Right.
You have control over what you do in your life, and you're doing such a job at it.
Right.
Now you're telling me what you wouldn't do in my life because I look strong.
Right.
Look like I'm willing to put up a fight for whatever I want.
Right. And some people's lives are over at 40. You know what I'm saying? They're still living, still alive, but the dreams have died. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? And then they look at somebody like you yourself who continue to birth, dreams.
You girl.
You know what I'm saying? And then they like, almost envious of the ability to just get up and say, you know what, I'm going to do it no matter what. People are going to talk, but I'm going to do it. People don't understand it, but I'm still going to do it. That's when you're really living.
Yeah, because I don't really feel that I'm built like a lot of other women. I honestly don't, because I don't give up. And a lot of times people, if they only knew the half of what you go through to be where you are or to keep moving forward, they would take their mouths off of you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand. You have more people, and then people say you got more people with you than against you. No, you have more people against you than with you. But you just have people pretending
that they're with you.
So you really don't know who's real and who's fake. But I mean, everything that a person do, someone tries to take, is a gold mine to me, because people don't want to take the things that don't add value or don't make sense to them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So a lot of things that I've been through in my life, where I did want to give up. I didn't want to do it anymore because I'm a very private person. You get what I'm saying? But sometimes you just gotta let your haters know.
Right. Ain't nothing stop
that you feel the support.
That's right.
So, okay. Now, you are tuning in to the Miss Parker Show, and I am your host, Tasha Parker, and we are done for today. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next Sunday at 2:00. Peace. And also, if you'd like to contact us, you can contact us at the Miss Parker Show at gmail.com.
Who run the world?
Miss Parker does. Each and every Sunday at 2 p.m.
I'm Miss Parker.